Guys, Mac here. So I was just thinking about this. So we are in the fall season right now. Summer is just over, and in the summertime in our backyard, this was the first summer where I realized that our backyard is full of different animals. I never got a chance to experience the livelihood in terms of what was lying there in my backyard in terms of different types of birds like canary, blue jay, sparrows. Then we also have some hare and like rabbits, chipmunks, squirrels. And it's pretty fascinating because of the COVID-19. I really got a chance to look into what is there in my backyard. And this summertime, we installed some bird feeders. And it was just a great feeling to see all these birds coming there and grabbing the grains of the food, right? And then fighting for that. And then I have actually done some couple of shootings of those birds in slow motion. So COVID-19, although it happened, it has like a massive it has created like a massive pandemic and a global health crisis. But inwardly, it also gave me chance to look into what is there in my home, in my backyard, right? So summertime, I had a great time watching them, all these different type of species, right? So-called species, and then of course we also see some deers coming there. And now it's a season of fall, right? The birds are migrated. All these types of birds, right? They are on the migration. I don't see those birds coming there anymore to the bird feeder, and that got me thinking, right? Why do animals migrate? So there is a whole lot of species, right? Crustaceans, fish, mammals, all these different types of animals, right? Birds, they migrate, and they migrate for survival. And number two is adaptability because of food patterns, weather patterns, right? And that got me thinking that although we don't have to physically necessarily migrate from one place to other place, we can take that attitude that lies behind the so-called uh, the cause or the genesis of migration, which is it allows them to adapt to the ever-changing patterns around us, right? And when you percolate that, when you map it out in our day-to-day lives, right? Migration to me is certainly means that you need to remain adaptable. You don't have to necessarily stay status quo in terms of where you are. So if you are not happy with where you are, you can always change it, by acquiring necessary skill sets, training, so on and so forth. And there's one of my neighbor who is walking there, so I just waved him. So that brings me to a couple of different points, right? Number one is these animals never stay status quo. If they say status quo, it is going to affect their survival. They are not probably going to eat, right? And many a times we have these self-imposed barriers, limitations, or maybe we procrastinate, for whatever reason that I should not try that new skill set. I should not try that new hobby. I shouldn't try something new, right? And then we are happy with the so-called comfort zone that we have created around us, right? And thus we never grow. So my point is, if you are able to mentally migrate ourselves every season, right, every 3-4 months, to see where we are, how far we have progressed, and how, do we have any potential, do we have any room to grow, to go to that next step, right? So if we incorporate that type of mentality of these animals, right, that allows them to survive better, that allows them to adapt better, right, it will also help us adapt better. And then so for example, if you are struggling with where you are as a business owner, right, probably you don't have a website created, right, or maybe you haven't implemented any type of email marketing system, or maybe if you have email marketing system but if you are not consistent in terms of staying visibly in your audience's life, if you're not consistently building your list, right, you are gonna you are gonna become stale. You are gonna become status quo, right? Or let's say if you have a website created, if you have created some social media channels, right, but if you are not remaining consistent in your audience's life by adding some kind of value, right, you are not only going to stale yourself, you are also going to stale your own audience, right? So that is what the migration means to me in many ways, right? And this could be like a totally far-fetched analogy that I'm talking to you, but think about it. And I was trying to do Google research in terms of the effect of animal migration on humans, or how business owners can look at animal migration in a positive way, right? But I did not find uh, anything in terms of the blogs or in terms of the vlogs, right? So I'm just trying to do like a faithful attempt to talk about how I am perceiving this type of animal migration, and how we can take it in the right spirits, how we can achieve right strides to get us from point A to point B, right? So seasons are going to change, and then let's also try to change our thinking by applying in terms of where we are, how far, where you were about like 3 or 4 months back, or 6 months back, or 12 months back, right? Where you are today and where you want to go, and what type of uh, thinking migration that you have to do in terms of adaptability, so that you can achieve your goals, and so that you can survive and thrive in positive manner. So signing off for now. Talk to you later. Take care. Feel free to leave comment. I'll talk to you later.